Quit being such a monster.
Now let's not resort to name calling.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, and welcome to the official Lost Vodcast, Polar Bear Feces. Now, Jordan, would you like to talk about how we came up with that name for our vodcast?
Well, you see, back in season 1, we see Sawyer saying, "I just shot a bear." Now, we're assuming that when he shot that bear, there were some feces left. And we haven't quite figured out what that has to do with this podcast yet, but I'm sure while we're talking about it, the real story about it is going to come out, so.
We wish that we were that polar bear's poop because we would be such an iconic prop. It would just be an honor to be a polar bear's poop almost.
Maybe.
If I ever get cast, I hope that's my role. Now, the season premiere, LAX. That is 3 letters. After watching it, I still don't understand what they stood for. Large, active Xavier? Yeah, I think that's what the name of the monster is in real life. So, okay. We're not going to spend a lot of time on these podcasts talking about things that are, completely meaningless and whatever. We want to stick to the mysteries that are relevant. So, I think a good thing to start off with, probably the most important thing that happened in this episode is where did the others get fireworks?
Well, that's a good question. One thing I've noticed is throughout the Lost seasons, there've been a lot of Chinese characters, and if you read up on history, the Chinese were known to be the people who created fireworks, and I don't know.
Maybe the island is a piece of China that broke off from the dragons.
Maybe. We know Hong Kong is an island, so...
That's true. Maybe the island is Hong Kong.
Maybe.
That leads me right into our second question. Why is the island underwater? I'm thinking it's on the back of a giant turtle. That's been my theory since the beginning of the show, and as soon as Locke said in season 4, episode 11, we need to move the island, I knew I was right. How could an island move unless a turtle was under it?
That's a good point. Could Jacob be the turtle, maybe?
I think so. I mean, he can take whatever shape he wants. I think that turtle's asleep right now. He's just chilling down there.
Just chilling.
That's pretty much the answer. Jack just, maybe one day he'll go fishing and he'll catch the turtle and up pops the island and they fix it. Jack always fixes things.
He just can't stop. That's what his purpose is.
Maybe his purpose is to fix the island's spine.
That's why the turtle is underwater right now. It's paralyzed.
The next most important thing is when Locke got shot and he all of a sudden disappeared and turned into this monster. What fell onto the ground? Brown goes over and picks up this little black thing. What do you think that was?
I've heard a lot of opinions about this, and one thing I've heard a lot is that it could be a tooth.
A tooth? Oh, so Locke has bad teeth. Do you think maybe there's a hidden message in the show about we need to brush our teeth more?
Could be.
Maybe that's going to be one of the larger themes of season 6. Because I know the show is supported by a lot of dental companies. That's their main sponsors.
And another thing is, you notice the next episode, What Kate Does is the title, and she has very white teeth. Could that be...
That's true.
A lesson for us? Could Bernard have something to do with this? The dentist?
I think so.
I hope so.
Maybe he's not just Moses hobbling around on his old large beard.
Always calling for Rose and running funny.
Rose! We forgot to bring in our special guest star. This is Mr. Juan. He was busy fishing today, but he came in upon special request. Unfortunately, As I found out, Jin, his actor, cannot actually speak English. They just do voiceovers for him, so this is the real Daniel Dae Kim, and he only speaks Korean. Daniel, what did you think about that last episode?
다른 사람들하고 얘기를 할 수가 없어. 의사소 거의 중요한데 당신은 비례.
What do you think you just said?
Well, I heard something about a flashlight.
I don't even care if you found a flashlight. I mean, the sky just turned from day to night. What I want to know is why you have a sweatshirt tied around your waist. Could you tell us about that?
Everything's going to change.
You don't make any sense, Daniel. I think the reason why his sweatshirt is around his waist is because he thinks they're in the 90s and that he has to adopt the 90s style.
Oh.
But it looks ridiculous. I mean, can you imagine if he had that tied around his waist the whole season?
Oh, he would get blasted with jokes.
I think they'd lose about 4,000 viewers every week. One of the most interesting things about every new season of Lost is the new characters. We've got Dogen and we've got Lennon.
Dogen, he's one of those guys that you're not sure if he's could be either a Jedi Master or maybe a resurrected Genghis Khan.
I'm thinking maybe Jackie Chan plays. I haven't looked yet at the actors. Then there's John Lennon. I mean, isn't he dead?
I thought so, but you never know with the island.
Maybe if he's John Lennon, maybe the guy in Saeed's body is George Harrison.
Maybe.
Who could be in his body? I mean, is it Elvis? Is it Jacob? Is it Abraham Lincoln?
We just don't know yet. But
the words he said when he woke up were, "What happened?" Who would say that?
Somebody who died kind of surprised, maybe?
Maybe Nikki and Paolo are in that body. Oh. I think the show's gonna get good again if they come back. I mean,
oh boy,
they were some of my favorite characters. I mean, they had so much emotion and
their acting was perfect.
I could not believe the episode where they died. I mean, I was crying I considered stopping watching the show after they were dead. Speaking of death, who do you want to die the most on this show? Ilana? I was gonna say Brahm, but you know he's already dead. His useless characters just have to die. It's just part of the show. Kate?
Possibly.
What Kate does, she dies. I don't want Locke to die. Oh crap, he's dead. The only main mystery remaining we haven't mentioned is how did Jack get that cut on his neck?
You know, it looks like he was shaving, but
now who shaves on a plane?
And you would have thought he would have noticed that before.
What an idiot. I don't like this new Jack. If he's gonna have cuts on his neck, he's just not gonna be his sexy self anymore.
Oh, I know.
There goes 2 million more viewers. Well, that brings us to our last thing, which is our predictions for next week.
Well, it's obviously centered around Kate.
I hope they hand out barf bags before the show, because it's a little
or
bit gross.
at least blindfolds or earmuffs or something.
Oh, yeah. Maybe Claire will be pregnant and Kate will help give birth to the baby, and maybe it'll be a girl. I don't know. What would they name it other than Aaron? Aaronette.
Oh.
It can't possibly be as ugly as Aaron, so you know.
I hope not.
And I'm thinking, Ben's gonna become a good guy.
I kind of wonder if Ben knows what's going on, or if he's as confused as everybody else is.
He is going to be the savior of the show, and then saying, "Why did I do that?" And I also think next week maybe John Lennon will consider giving peace a chance.
빨리.
Oh, he says ballet, which means we're out of time. Well, yes, we're out of time for today, but remember, Jacob made you special.
And he loves you very, very much.
Bye.
Bye.